All right, hopefully you all made it through the pelvic tilt series, and that way you're able to find pelvic neutral. If you haven't, I strongly advise you to go back and start with that one first, because we're about to progress and move on to the bridge. Okay, so most people have done a bridge. Let's refresh our memory how to do this one correctly, because I swear most people end up with a hamstring cramp, which means you're not actually making this a glute dominant exercise, which it absolutely should be. So first things that I do, laying face up in that supine position, I walk the heels back towards the buttock as far back as I can. What you could notice is that the tibia or the shin bones are actually perpendicular to the floor. Next things that I'm going to do is find our pelvic neutral position before we do our hip lift, the bridge portion. Okay, so again, just to refresh our memory, pelvic tilting is fully forward, fully backward, and that is your full range of motion. Now find pelvic neutral from a forward position. So anterior pelvic tilt, halfway between is pelvic neutral. Now before I do my bridge, I'm actually gonna curl or lift my toes up, digging the heels only into the floor. Now if you need extra assistance with your hands, that's fine to put your hands out. I prefer palms up, because if you go palms down, you're gonna like violently push into the floor, and you're kind of cheating your way through the exercise, not actually making it a glute dominant exercise. So if you keep your hands out, that's fine. Squeeze your shoulder blades, that's actually gonna be better for you, but keep your palms up. So now with the toes curled up, I'm actually gonna push really hard at the heels, lifting the hips to where I'm perfectly neutral. Okay, so there should be neutral alignment from the knee to the shoulder. Holding for any amount of time, really about 3 seconds is probably good, and then slowly lower the hips the exact same way that I went up, pushing hard at the heels. I see a lot of people just focus on getting the hips up. They're also not in a neutral alignment for the spine, and then they just dump or drop the hips. You're actually going to get more glute muscle contraction, and you're going to grow the muscle faster if you focus on your eccentric lowering phase. So remember, walk your heels back, lift the toes, prevent the forefoot or front of the foot from getting involved in this exercise, make it more glute dominant. You should actually feel when you're in that elevated position that this exercise is dominated primarily by the glutes, so about 80-20 rule, or even like 70-30 is fine. But again, slowly lowering back down, that's going to help strengthen your glutes. I would do about 8 to 12 repetitions of this one. Same thing, 2 to 3 times a day, 2 to 3 times a week. Make sure you're doing your bridge the right way.